Myself Gayatri. I am botany lecturer as well as biology teacher for 3 years. So today I selected a topic genetics. So being a botanist, I want to explain the genetics regarding the plants mainly. So before going into the topic, let's have some brief introduction regarding the genetics. So everyone know that Gregor John Mendel is called as father of genetics, and he born on July 22nd, 1822. And as he was the first one to start the studies regarding the inheritance, he is called as father of genetics. So before we go into the topic, we have to know regarding two definitions: inheritance as well variation. So inheritance is nothing but the transfer of characters from one generation to the other, and variations is nothing but the degree by which the progeny differ from its parents. Okay, so the experimental material which is selected by Mendel was Pisum sativum, garden pea plant. He selected the Pisum sativum. He selected Pisum sativum because it has many advantages when we compare to other plants. Like, it is an annual plant, it produces more number of progeny in less time, and as it is bisexual flower, there is no need of searching for a male and female, and it can be self-pollinated as well as cross-pollinated conveniently, easily. And nextly, he has selected 7 characters, and for every 7 characters there are opposite traits like stem height, tall as well dwarf, flower color violet as well white, flower position, terminal as well, axillary position as well, terminal position, and pod color, pod shape. For each and every character, total 7 characters, there has opposite traits. Total 14 characters are selected by Mendel, and then he has proposed 3 laws. After experimenting for 7 years, he proposed 3 laws: law of dominance, law of segregation, as well law of independent assortment. Okay, so firstly, law of dominance. So law of dominance states that when two opposite traits are together, dominant character will dominate the recessive one. Okay, even though they were together. Okay, so for example, if we take stem height. Stem height has 2 contrasting traits, tall and dwarf. They are denoted as capital T as well small t. So when it is in heterozygous condition, not in case of homozygous condition, in case of heterozygous condition, when capital T and small t are together, then the capital T, which denotes the tallness, will mask the character, recessive character dwarfness. So like a brief explanation, when a particular character is in a heterozygous condition, dominant one will dominate the recessive one. Okay, which is dominating here is called as dominant factor, which is suppressed is called as recessive factor. Okay, so to explain this law of dominance, he selected monohybrid cross. Okay, so to explain law of dominance, he selected monohybrid cross, where he made a cross between 2 parents differing in a single character. A cross is made between a tall parent as well dwarf parent. So after crossing between these two, he got a heterozygous condition in F1 generation, capital T as well small t. In F1 generation, nothing but first filial generation, all the progeny are tall. So as parents are having 2 characters, tall character as well dwarf character, in F1 generation only 1 character is expressed. It is in heterozygous condition, capital T small t. From this we can conclude that when particular 2 traits are together, 2 opposite traits are together, 1 character dominates the other. This is regarding law of dominance. Next, law of segregation. Segregation means nothing but to separate. So what separates here is important. So in case of, to explain law of segregation, again he selected monohybrid cross, a cross between 2 parents differing in a single character. So if we observe, in F1 generation we have capital T small t as in a heterozygous condition we have capital T, small t. Next, for F2 generation, we make a we conduct selfing of F1. So F1 cross F1. Then what happens here is we get a ratio, phenotypic ratio of 3:1, means 3 tall as well 1 dwarf, and phenotypic ratio 1:2:1. So what we have to observe here is, in the case of F1 generation, all the progeny are tall, but in F2 generation we got 75% tall as well 25% dwarf. From this he concluded that even though the two traits are together in heterozygous condition, they separate during gametogenesis or meiosis. Okay, nothing but here he wanted to explain that they won't mix, like capital T and small t will not mix with each other, they won't blend, they won't pollute. What they do is they remain separate, and when they separate, when will they get completely separated is during meiosis or during gametogenesis, and each particular gamete will carry one character. So this law is also called as law of purity of gametes. Why they quoted it as like purity of gametes means each gamete will be carrying only one character. Okay, so phenotypic ratio is given 3:1 and genotypic ratio as 1:2:1. So from this we can conclude that even though they were together, particular gametes, like particular alleles, will not mix with each other, they remain separatedly, and when will they get segregated is during meiosis or during gametogenesis. Next, law of independent assertment. So in this case he has selected, dihybrid. So the third law is law of independent assertment. To explain this law, he selected dihybrid cross, a cross between two parents differing in two pairs of characters. Okay, so previously we have taken only one character, like the height of stem, but here we have selected the shape of the seed as well color of the seed. Round yellow as well wrinkled green. Round yellow is dominant as well wrinkled green is recessive. So on making cross between these two parents, in F1 generation only dominant character is expressed, round yellow character is expressed. Because we have seen previously, like dominant characters only will be expressed in F1 generation. In F2 generation both the characters will be expressed. Okay, on making F2 generations is nothing but selfing of F1. On making selfing between the F1, he got ratio of 9:3:3:1. So nine particular plants are round yellow, one is wrinkled green. These two are parental combinations here. Rest of the two combinations, like 3:3, are recombinants. Like round yellow, wrinkled green is parental combination. What we get here is round green as well wrinkled yellow. As they were not resembling the parents, we call them as recombinants. So independent assertment states that inheritance of one character is independent to another character. So here we have taken two characters, like color of the seed as well shape of the seed. So if we observe their statistics, if statistics were done, we can observe there that round dominant character expression is equal to shape dominant character. Okay, like nothing but here the two characters are regarding the shape and color. So the expression of dominant color is equal to the expression of dominant shape. The expression of recessive color is equal to the expression of recessive shape. So 12 among them are round and 12 among them are yellow, and 4 among them so 12 among them are round as well 12 among them are yellow, and 4 among them are wrinkled, and 4 are green. So what we have to observe here is the inheritance of one character is independent of another character. Like the shape is not depending upon the color is not depending upon the shape, and they are getting inherited independently. So this law is nothing but law of independent assortment. So he took 7 years to experiment, like for conducting experiments he took 7 years. Later on he published his